On today's episode of Identity, social entrepreneur Jeffrey Mulaudzi hangs out in the Identity coffee shop. We take to the streets of Alexandra, north of Johannesburg, where we spent a day with members of the Thusong Youth Centre. What's Appening features the review of a brain booster app, a book by local author Lazola Pumbo, and a movie review about a mathematics genius called Gifted.
I am an individual with an imagination. My inner faith illuminates innovations. In a space with infinite inspiration, I was born free from all incarceration. Incredible, living infallibly, intelligent, outshine with my inner being. This is me, impeccable as ever been. I am you, you are me. This is my identity.
Molweni kuni nonke babukeli beMzansi for sure. Namkelekile kwenye inkqubo enithanda kakhulu eyenkolo ezahlukeneyo eyolutsha eninika umfutho khonapha ku SABC 1 Mzansi for sure. Nibukeli i-Identity, ndingumsasazi wenu uviwe Xwala. Monday the 17th of April marked World Hemophilia Day, a day set aside by the World Federation of Hemophilia, or WFH, to create awareness and support for women and girls affected by bleeding disorder. The significance of this day is to increase the availability of treatments for this condition around the world. For more information, please visit www.wfh.org for a list of activities and educational resources developed to support women and girls in our community. Ndiyathemba ukuba nizilungiselele ukuba nakheke ngenkqubo yethu esiniphathele yona namhlanje. Kokuqala, masidibane nondwendwe lwethu namhlanje olugqamileyo. Today, I have the privilege of hosting a young man who embodies determination and a go-getter attitude. Jeffrey Mulaudzi hails from Alexandra, grew up with a rare child disorder called dyslexia, which is a learning disorder characterized by difficulty reading. He persevered, and his hockey skills saw him awarded a bursary at an upmarket school, which was where the seed for his business, Alexandra Bicycle Tours, was first planted. Jeffrey is passionate about youth empowerment, and he recently opened Entrepreneur Development Library in Mpumi and Alexandra, Johannesburg. He's here today to share his achievements over coffee and cupcakes. Jeffrey, welcome to Identity.
Thank you, Vivi.
Okay, so what was your upbringing like?
Well, I was raised in the township of Alex with a wonderful mother with two siblings. Went to school in Highlands North and graduated. Of course, I went to school in Alexandra and graduated to Highlands North with a bursary. And that's where my life started.
Okay. How was spirituality introduced in your life, and what significance does it play in your life right now?
Well, spirituality is. I was born in a family of Christians. They went to church every day, and that was a bit of introduction to spiritual. But I went to. I was a Muslim at one point, and I've tried most of my spiritual beliefs, and I ended up where I am today.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, so in my intro, I introduced you saying that you had a childhood disorder, which was dyslexia. I'm sure that must have been a challenging time in your life. At what age were you diagnosed with dyslexia?
Well, dyslexia is not a disease, as I said, but I found out that I was dyslexic at age 22, which was later in my life. And it has been a very big challenge for me growing up without knowing that I'm dyslexic.
What were the specific challenges that you went through, especially at school? Because with school there must be the challenges that come with learning, and also outside of school.
Well, with dyslexic, you are a person who sees in big things, right? You then connect parts, but in terms of learning, in terms of reading, it is a very big challenge of writing. I've had that big challenge, and when you're going outside, you want to always become. For example, when we have parents' meetings, teachers will always say, "Hey, Jeff, you are a good child. You're clean, you're good, but you should work harder. You are lazy." And knowing that you're doing all your best, that's how the upbringing of most of dyslexic people is. And again, you try as much as possible to find ways of fitting in.
Mm-hmm. But you've overcome that, and now you're an entrepreneur.
Yeah.
So tell us about your business, Alexandra Business Bicycle Tours.
Well, Alexandra Bicycle Tours, I founded it in 2010 at my last year in high school. And actually did very well. We were one of the top things to see when you're in Johannesburg. Top 7 things to do in Johannesburg. Top 5 and top 3 things to do in TripAdvisor. We actually made it in terms of tourism, and as an entrepreneur, I got bored on it, and then I started different businesses as well.
Okay, all right. But you're in the tourism and travel industry.
Yes.
What are some of the challenges specifically to that industry, and how do you overcome them?
Well, the challenges in the tourism industry, especially when you're young. People don't trust your services, and again, when they have experienced the services, they then have different thoughts about it. But again, it's a very wide and a very professional industry. You need to be safe as possible. You need to follow regulations. So there's not too much challenges that you can say, but being young is a very big challenge in most of the businesses. Yes.
Yeah. What are some of the services that your organization offers?
Well, we do transport and services, so we do shuttles, private shuttles, company shuttles, and of course we have a library that we actually do enterprise development, both in Alexandra and in Limpopo, trying to offer what we call bicycle sharing system. So our students do get a bike from one point, from our library they can go to school with it and bring it back.
Mm-hmm. So you're obviously very passionate about young people. Mm-hmm. What are the challenges that come with working with young people, especially because you're young as well and you're in business, You spoke about your business in Limpopo as well as in Alex. Mm-hmm. So what are some of those challenges?
Well, the challenges, especially when you're young, working with older people, because in this sense you have to be respecting older people. You are not them, actually other way around. So younger people should be working for older people. That's how it's perceived in the real world. But again, I have a lot of older people who are working for me, and getting that culture of them, getting used to them that I'm a boss or they have to report to me. To some, it's been a challenge, but so far we've found ways of dealing with it. Mm-hmm. Yeah, but younger people in particular, we never have challenges. It's very fun to working with them.
Yeah. And your entrepreneurial journey is one that is very interesting. Mm-hmm. What are the most important lessons that you've learned, and how do you apply them in your life right now?
Well, it's just relax and take one day at a time. I think just take one day at a time. And just implement, because we are we all dream at the same time, and the only difference between those who make it and those who don't is that they just keep their dreams to themselves. Those who make it, they actually implement and work harder to them. So I've learned to always push and work in everything that I do. If I fail, I failed. I tried, and I never have any discourage about it. Yeah. What
words of encouragement would you give to someone who is truly inspired by your story and wants to learn from you and follow in your footsteps?
Oh, encouragement. Well, I need some encouragement myself sometimes. And but again, just be yourself most of the time. And time is the most important thing. Implement as soon as possible, because we always wait and say that I will do it. Just do it now, fail if you do, but most of the time you will do it at the end of the day. Yeah.
And you said that you want encouragement as well. So I asked myself, how do you keep yourself going and inspired? Who inspires you and what keeps you going?
Well, I have different mentors, and for different sections of my life. And they are very wonderful. They always come to me when I need them. But mentors who keep me up every time. Yeah. But again, I always communicate when I have problems with people. But the mentors are the ones which keep me up to date.
Okay. Yeah. All right, Jeffrey. We've got a quick word game for you right here on Identity. So Are you ready for our game, Namhlanje? And it's called Most Likely To.
Okay, most likely to.
Okay. So number 1, most likely to. If you trip and fall in public, you're most likely to?
Oh, just stand up and walk.
Okay. If your car breaks down in the middle of nowhere, you're most likely to?
To call for help and just abandon the car and go and find help.
If you forget your best friend's birthday and remember a day later, you're most likely to?
I always do that. I call the next day. I'm sorry, and I'm just apologizing.
If you win R1 million, you're most likely to?
Keep it in the bank.
Oh, okay. If you're invited for an interview on Identity, you're most likely to?
Accept and say, I love it. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, and we had a pleasure.
Thank you so much. It was nice being in the show. Thank you, guys.
Simthulela umnqwazi uJeffrey Mulaudzi ngokudibanisa iintlanga ezahlukeneyo zase-Alexandra nokuthatha ithuba lokuphuhlisa nokwakha amathuba emisebenzi nakwanye abantu. It's now time for a short break. When we come back, we look at today's regional story which keeps us in Alexandra. And be sure not to miss our media review segment which features a review of a knowledge trivia app and a book by a local author, Lazola Pumbo. See you in a moment.
This is my identity. This is my identity.
Namkelekile kwakhona nisabukeli identity kunye nam uviwe Gqwala khonapha ku SABC 1 Mzansi for sure. Siyabulela ngokuba nihlale nathi. As you know, we pride ourselves in positive and empowering activities that young people are involved in different communities. When we received an invitation from the Thusong Youth Centre in Alexandra, we grabbed the opportunity to share this uplifting story. Take a look at what the team captured.
This is my identity.
Thusong Youth Centre has been acting as a safe place for young people of the Alexandra community. Beauty More saw the need to establish and accommodate different skilled children in order to keep them occupied with the activities that the community centre offers.
My name is Beauty More. I was born and bred up in Alex. I'm still in Alex. And from 1983, I've been running this organization. And my main concern, we need our kids to just be educated. That's point number one. And where are we as community? Where are we as parents? And how could we help to assist the very same kids who are deep into the Nyau thing? And I know that Thusong can help, provided we come together as a team, and then we can conquer everything. Working with people, I think it's a gift from God. Let me just put it that way. Most of the people do come by themselves because Thusong has been here from 1979. So it's a very well-known organization. And there are so many activities in the center. We've got all type of dances, and I'm doing counseling and rehabilitation for the parolees. We've got theater nights where we invite the community just to come and see our performances. Most of the kids who are from this organization, they are doing very well where they are. Some are business people, some are politicians, some are actors, really. So why can't I praise God?
Generally, the role as an organization ukuthi sifuna uku-empower and uplift young kids ukuthi abana matric or nje bayekile esikolweni because of certain circumstances as ama-social illness akhona nje kuma-families. So we take them, we groom them ku-music, dance and acting. Through doing art, at the very same time, it's a platform yokuthi bazisebenzele and have those skills ukuthi azange bazithole esikolweni. So kunotshintsho oluningi nje in terms of i-behavior nje between bona nabantwana baselokishini abazihlalele nje kuphela kune-difference. So we get even to introduce them to indawo ezifana nabo Grahamstown. We go there sinabo shashalazi ukuthi saba-attenda. So kuba nje nama-activities amaningi to keep us busy. For the center, I wish ukuthi ingadevelopeka ibe nkulu, have more classes, even appropriate spaces for dance, even a theater, because in Alexandra we don't have a theater at the moment. So we struggle in terms of rehearsal. So in the next coming 5 or 10 years, I love ukuthi the space Thusong yonke in our facilities ukuthi are proper for everything, whether it's gymnastics, whether it's karate or anything, but it should be proper and rebuilt.
What I do in this center is music, dance, and acting. I joined the center because I love dancing. When I came here, I just wanted to dance, but they taught me how to actually be on top. What I enjoy most about Thusong is that it's taught me a lot because of the people I've met here. There's Mom Beauty, the owner of the center. She's strict and all that, but at the same time, she's sweet and kind. She's that mother that will just guide you in every step of the way, I've grown as a person since I've started to join the Thusong Youth Centre. To you peers, please, use your chance while you have it. Grab it and use it at your most.
didn't understand when I started before, but manje I understand that because of Zulu dance, it involves many things, like it's a warrior's dance, you see. It's Zulu, you gotta be powerful, you have energy, you must be energetic, I understand. So it's Zulu, it's something that is different with Wamanyama dance. So it's Zulu, it's about showcasing yourself, you understand? Because of when you dance Zulu, you can't wear a jacket and then you can't wear a vest. You need to be like Menyama. So it's important for you to they should showcase izinto ukuthi maybe umXhosa noma umVenda in theater they do such stuff. It is important ukuthi bayazi ukuthi imvelaphi yabo ekuphi. Understand? Ukuthi wakabani uzala kuphi and what can you do ngalento le yangakini. Understand? Mina iThusong, it helped me in life because of avoid any crime, avoid any ukubhema, avoid ukuhlala nabantu aba wrong esayidini lami, yang avoid kulezo zinto. So iyanginceda mina ngokwami.
When I came here, I first came as someone that just came to actually see what is done at the center. I found that there's quite interesting activities that are happening, including theater. I came as a poet, and I was surely that, as a poet, I could stand strong and just, present myself or just recite poetry and all that stuff. But not knowing that there's some way that I can actually even become more better and more stronger. And these directors, when I came here, they actually untapped some potential in me that I didn't know in some day that I had that potential. But if it wasn't for somebody to untap that, I wouldn't actually have recognized that I do have that potential.
In the next 5 years, I want to see a different Thusong. I want to see those kids that I'm mentoring now be somewhere, again coming back to the center, to plow back in the center. Not financially, with their skills, like what they are doing now.
This is my identity.
Sibamba ngazibini kwiThusong Youth Centre ngokuzivulela ingcango zenu nokwabelana nathi ngelibali elihle kangaka nababukeli bethu beMzansians. If you too have a religious, cultural or spiritual story that you'd like to share with us, simply drop us a detailed email to identitytvshow@gmail.com. And who knows, you could get a chance to inspire our Mzansians viewers in our regional story slot. Let's take one more short break. When we come back, we jump straight into our media review segment. Today we're reviewing a brain boost app, a novelette by a local author, and an inspirational movie called Gifted. We'll be right back.
This is my identity. This is my identity.
Welcome back to Identity right here on SABC 1 Mzansians. I'm Viwe Kwala. Umsunguli we-Alexandra Bicycle Tours, uJeffrey Mulaudzi, usincede siqale inkqubo yethu ngomfutho. Sachitha nemini namalunga eThusong Youth Centre e-Alexandra. Ngoku lixesha lokubona ezihamba phambili. Nanku what's happening. If you love a challenge and are looking to improve your general knowledge while keeping yourself entertained, then today's app is a must-have for you. It's fun and educational, and it's called Knowledge Trainer Trivia. Let's have a look. Knowledge Trainer Trivia is an educational quiz app designed to boost your brain with challenging and informative questions. The app aims to improve one's memory capacity. The homepage provides you with different tabs such as Improve Knowledge, Statistic and KQ, and other games. To get started, select the Start Game option to get 10 questions from social science, mathematics, geography, and more. There are different levels to complete once you have begun at level 1. Get an answer right and you'll move a level up, but an incorrect answer leads to an easier question. Perhaps you'd like to energize your mind with interesting material. Click the Improve Knowledge option to get a variety of topics to read from, such as social science, technology, history, and film. Select any of the options to begin the quiz, which may be played in 3 languages, namely English, French, and German. After every challenge, the app will provide you with your scores. This app also gives you an option to check your personal statistics. Simply click the Statistics and KQ option. Make sure you learn and improve your memory by using Knowledge Trainer Trivia app.
That looks like an interesting app, and I'll definitely be getting it for myself. Now on to our next review. It's a novelette by a young man which provides a clear reflection of lives in many South African townships. It's called The Path That Shapes Us by Lazola Pumbo.
The Path Which Shapes Us is a young adult fictional novel written by South African poet and novelist Lazola Pumbo. The book is set post-apartheid, and this novelette reflects on a story of a 15-year-old whose journey is to motivate, educate, and uplift. The book is divided into 23 chapters that will leave you intrigued and eager to read the next page in the book. The author touches on social issues that young people face in our communities, such as bullying, identity and self-doubt, drugs in schools, and gangsterism. In Chapter 4, the author draws us in by highlighting challenges young people face in schools, such as victimization and violence. He also offers helpful tips on how to develop one's purpose in life by practicing positive attributes like honesty, dedication, and determination. The author paints a very clear picture about the community he lived in and the challenges he and his peers faced while he was living with his adopted uncle in Evansdale. But he also gives the reader hope and some inspiration about life and an indication that regardless of your past, anyone has the ability to reach their full potential. If you are looking for some inspirational read which caters for both young and old, get yourself a copy of The Path Which Shapes Us today.
Leyo ke incwadi endiza kongeza ngayo kwiincwadi zam endizifundayo. Okulandelayo ngomboniso bhanya-bhanya ofudumeza inhliziyo, obonisa ubomi bomntwana onesipho kwizibalo. Ibizwa Gifted.
Who can tell me what 3 plus 3 is?
Everyone knows it's 6.
Barry, can you stand up, please? Can you tell me what 57 multiplied by 135 is? Okay.
7,600.
Gifted is a fun, light-hearted family movie about 7-year-old Mary living with her Uncle Frank in Florida. Frank's plan is to find a normal school life for the inquisitive and playful 7-year-old who's also mathematically brilliant.
You don't know?
For a while, everything seems to be perfect for this unconventional girl and her uncle, until her grandmother, who has never seen or met her, shows up at their doorstep and suddenly becomes interested in the young girl's gift and looking to exploit it to her advantage.
Denying the girl her potential. How many 7-year-olds are doing advanced calculus?
Forgot the negative sign on the exponent.
Mary, why didn't you say anything?
Frank says I'm not supposed to correct older people.
Times get tough and things get really serious when Frank finds himself in a court case battle with Mary's grandmother for child custody. The movie takes us through a series of emotions where we learn that Mary will live with her grandmother, who just sees her as a mathematical genius who could solve the great mysteries of math. Gifted is a breathtaking family movie that will take you on an emotional roller coaster. For a feel-good movie with a positive spin, be sure to check out Gifted.
I've heard that.
He's a good person. He wanted me before I was smart.
Before we wrap up the show, a quick reminder that on the 21st of April, our Baha'i viewers will observe the Festival of Ridvan. This is the annual festival commemorating the 12 days when Baha'u'llah, the prophet founder of the Baha'i faith, resided in the garden called Ridvan, where he publicly proclaimed his mission as God's messenger for his age. We wish our Baha'i viewers a happy and peaceful festival. With that, we've come to the end of another episode of i-Dentity. Stay connected with us via cyberspace. Search for i-Dentity TV show on Facebook, Twitter or Instagram and simply like or follow us. If you're not about this social media life, then don't worry. You can drop us an email on identitytvshow@gmail.com. On that note, from me, Viwek Gwala and the i-Dentity team, see you next week. Goodbye.